Who is ready for some red cards? Gaelic style.
Anthony Nash. In comes Jamie.
Oh, round the neck. Round the neck.
Henry Shefflin that's coming in for a challenge. It's a second yellow, and Henry Shefflin is sent off.
It's an interesting one because I don't know enough about the laws of the game in hurling to know what's a yellow and what's specifically a red. But it is very much a case of, in recent years, sports are cracking down on kind of high contact towards the head, because in recent years, the whole situation of concussions and brain damage later on in life is rife now. So sports are doing everything they can to deter that and ensure that it's not going to happen. Sadly, it still does. Now, this showed a second yellow, which if it's the same as in football, then yeah, I'm surprised it's not a straight red for around the neck. But maybe the laws are a little less tight in hurling. Oh, it's hard to see.
Maher, and out came Clinton Hennessy, and now the goalkeeper could be in trouble. It'll be interesting to see how the referee views this one.
No, it's the round the neck again.
Out of it as he was on his way through. And what's the colour of the card going to be? And it's red. Waterford are down to 13.
I assume... Cats are fighting. I assume this is very similar to football in the sense that, first of all, it was a high round the neck, and maybe the difference with this one was it was also the goalkeeper, the last player, denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity. I don't know if that law is similar to football, because obviously in football we have deny an obvious goal scoring opportunity. That would be my impression, but it seems like these arms round heads is certainly being cracked down on.
Just look at it again here, you see exactly what
the whip back.
Waterford now.
I mean, it is slightly mistimed, but it's only slightly. I mean, Luke O'Farrell is small in stature, and Ryan comes in. I mean, he's very much on the edge player, but I would say that of that, he's very much definitely trying to get the shoulder of Luke O'Farrell, and
surely that's not red.
To be that it was frontal, and obviously the frontal piece would warrant a yellow card. Second one, didn't lock on with Loughlin. I mean, he's going for the ball, but clearly I think there's very little argument on the second one that it's not a yellow card. I think anyone watching the match would have no doubt that is the second yellow card. I think interestingly, maybe if
so there we were talking about two instances that were two yellows then. And I could only really see the first instant, which was basically a late shoulder barge, which in football, that's what I can do as a football referee. I'm going to link it to that because that's what I know the laws of the game of. If it's late and it's reckless, that's a yellow card. And obviously there was a second yellow card later on.
Score at the end of this, but the angle's getting tight for Hayes. Back to Kearns again, trying to go.
It's high again. And it's denying obvious goal scoring opportunity.
It could be a real turning point.
The Waterford players who struck out with the hurley there, but to be fair to Liam Rush, he's had a good game today. It's just disappointing for him.
Bloody idiot.
On this note.
When you've got these big wooden hurleys, okay, these will do some damage. Clearly, these will do some damage. And this one, imagine hitting someone with a wooden stick. That's basically what it is. I am at some stage going to practice because I've got a slitar as well. I think that's how you pronounce it. But imagine being hit round the head. So you have to be extra careful. You have to have the laws in place to deter the violent offences. And if you've got men with testosterone and adrenaline going, holding these sticks, you've got to be so careful. You've got to be so careful. I can go back there. Carry on.
Well,
it's that stupidity.
Again, Joanne, in real time, this didn't look a red card to me. Yeah,
in real time, but is it a red card?
Look, this is going to be, where is the common sense to
shoulder
this,
to
right? I don't think
head.
Colin Barrett was absolutely injured. I know they're going to give out to me for saying this, but
it's that angle. Look at that angle. I'm going to try and pause it at the right time.
I know they're going to give out to me for saying.
Look at that. There's intent there. This is the joys of having cameras and highlights that the referees don't often get. From those first 2 or 3 angles, it didn't look that bad. It looked a little bit careless. From that angle, you can see his elbow goes out straight into his face. Definite red card. In football, definite red card. And I think in rugby, red card.
But you're right, it's that clip there, but it's slow motion, his arm goes up. I still don't think he hit him with his elbow in the face.
Yeah, but the intent is there at least.
Cathal was hit in the face by Richie Hogan.
Yeah,
does it really matter what part of his body?
And Brian O'Mara.
Yeah, the two of them will be booked here. They're at one another, jabbing and stabbing with the hurls, and he's booked both with yellow cards. And sure, if they're not careful, someone's going to get a second yellow.
It's a red, they are gone.
Two of them.
I love the way he shows his red. When I show red, it's always a little bit more emphasised. It's a very quick flick.
Brian
What was it
O'Mara
for?
and Liam Dunn. It was very
Is
silly.
that double red?
I don't know who started it, but the referee has finished it.
That is a brilliant line. That is the sort of thing a dad would say. I don't care who started it, I'm finishing it.
What effect will that have on the match? Oof, a wild pull. Mitch Jordan could be in trouble because he's already been booked. He's already received a yellow card, and now
This
it's
game
red.
was insane.
Wexford.
That game must have been absolutely mental.
It's the first one. Shane Bennett.
Oh, he's going to have a sore hand after that, isn't he?
You have no control, and if a fella's head goes in there, well, you can't. It's very hard to
Could that
pull
have
out.
been a red?
It possibly could have, but this, a tangle of legs and falling over, and there's no malice, there's no badness there to pull him down. Yeah, some people could say maybe he's fouling him out the field, but for me, that's not even related to a free. And I suppose cute enough. I suppose he was wearing a different jersey. So
Off he goes. He's looks at the referee lane and says, "Me?"
Well, he can't argue with it, John.
No,
he cannot argue with it. Well, let's have a look at it. Oh yeah, it's a close fist, and it's.
This is the thing, you've got to realise that if you go towards anyone's head, in most sports, you're in trouble. Nowadays, I think that's basic stuff, and people still do it.
Staying on his feet, getting away from McManaman, giving back into Parsons.
So it's hard to see. We're on some Gaelic football now.
That was a hefty challenge.
Oh, that's stupid. Number 3. This always happens when I referee football. How often does an incident happen that may only be a yellow card? I didn't think that looked that bad, the initial. Number 3 comes in thinking he's looking after people and then gets himself sent off for stupidity. Testosterone in men, honestly, they're idiots. 3 off.
Yeah, it was reckless from Donald Vaughan, very high. He'd do well now.
The initial tackle only looked like a yellow because it was reckless.
John Spall's already had a yellow card.
But I think that should have been number 3 get sent off.
Yeah, and you see it. Colin Boyle gets the ball as he turns. John Small comes in extremely hard. Very physical.
See, yeah, but that was shoulder to shoulder. That wasn't shoulder to head there. It was the idiot number 3.
But then Donny Vaughan comes along.
Yeah, reckless, and an All-Ireland final, George, to do something
That's
like
more
that.
than reckless.
Like Donal McCullen would have dealt with the John Small incident, and for Donal to come in, it's very careless playing in such a high-stakes match.
I don't like the way the commentators are using the word reckless and careless. So in football we have reckless, careless. So careless is normally just a free kick unless it's repeatedly happening. Reckless is a late challenge that is worthy of a yellow, and then you've got dangerous, which is obviously a red card. That's dangerous. It's not reckless. He knows what he's doing. It's dangerous.
Rush of blood to the head, and he must fear the worst card. So that follows putting a red, and he's off.
We'll have to deal with Donal now, I'd imagine, and this could be interesting.
So he's off. I didn't. That made. Didn't look that bad, but number 3 has got to go.
Now, fearing that it'll be another red.
That's the one that's deserved.
On the pitch.
For striking an opponent.
Go away.
It's red. Referee had no choice.
Yeah, and a hot ball as well, George. It's a double whammy.
It's 14 against 14.
Went in on Kieran.
Handbags.
There was a reaction as well, and that has continued. And it's been simmering all in.
I would like to point out, so in this situation, you've got 2 clumps going on. You've got the group on the left, and then you've got the group on the right. Now, as a referee, this is when you really rely on your linesmen, your assistant referees, because you can't see both of this. Now, if it's me, I do not get involved. I do not get involved at all. I stick back, watch, let it all fizzle out. If they want to punch each other up, that's their problem. They get sent off. But it's so important to have your assistants helping, getting a different angle, keeping an eye on everything, because there's a lot going on here.
Evening. Well, it's boiling over now. Michael Murphy, remember, on a yellow card from the first half. Just have a look at that again. And James McCarthy, well, more upset about it than Kieran Kilkenny was.
Is it a double yellow?
So the notebook is out, and you've got to feel that they will
and then a
both
second yellow for the other one, I assume.
Cards, and they have been. But both teams.
I didn't notice anything that bad.
Players. Michael Murphy was on a yellow card from the first half. James McCarthy, ditto. And they've both received their second yellows. And Dublin and Donegal will finish with 14 players apiece.
There's straight away a problem.
Finish with 14 players.
There. Look. There's only one thing. As soon as you put your hand to someone's face, it's in football, it's a red card. As soon as your hand goes to someone's face, even an attempted punch can miss completely, but intended punch, still straight red.
Options, but to tap it over the bar using the open hand and down, reduce Derry's half-time lead of 3 points down to 2. The umpires are being consulted at the dressing room's end.
It's a red.
Obviously something
because you don't put your hand to someone's face.
Ball. Conor McGovern is being spoken to here, as you can see. And this is going to be a red card. Straight red.
Spot on.
And
absolutely spot on.
Or down. Up on the ground, Tipperary play
Look at his reaction. Look at this guy's reaction as soon as he knew he was in trouble. Look, you can see him pleading, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to," or something like that. That's the sort of a thing. And you get that in football. Quite often when a player makes a bad challenge, they will quickly, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to," because they know they're in deep trouble. Look at, you can see.
The referee, it's Damien Reck who's gone down, and there was an awkward looking pull there.
He's in deep trouble.
To be fair to Damien Reck, he got straight up, but that's a strike. A shot.
Well, that's different. Have you seen that? The book is a cards. So he's got... The book is foldable, and on one side it's yellow, on one side it's red. That's weird. It's not even cards. It's just showing the book. That's a different one.
Yellow. And John McGrath is gone. His second yellow. So, Tipperary down to 14.
Wow. What I'm noticing, and I'm looking at this as a football referee, is it seems a lot of the laws are very similar to football. The high challenges. Now, obviously, in this, you're using your upper body to control the ball rather than feet. But you don't wrap around people's necks. You don't touch people's faces. Those sort of instances are red cards. You get late challenges seem to be on the same scale, the careless, reckless, dangerous. And you could see that with a lot of the yellow cards. It also seems like the referees are very similar in the Gaelic football and Gaelic hurling. The way they seem to approach things, their mannerisms are very, very similar to football. So that's an interesting one. I'm hoping to watch more Gaelic sports this summer. So if there's any big games coming up that's on TV that I can watch and do a watch along with, please let me know. Honestly, Gaelic hurling and Gaelic football is brilliant. We watched the hurling, the final last year, and it was amazing. It was a one-way street, but it was an amazing game, and I would love to come over to Cork, Dublin, wherever it is. Go to Croke Park. Would be amazing this year. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any other GAA videos for me to watch, please let me know. Put it in the Discord server or in the comments down below, and I'll add it to the watch list. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.